Hello everyone, my name is Infinity and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course the law of attraction. In today's video, I am doing a short reading, or at least I think it's going to be a short reading, but I do usually like to just let the cards and the energies guide these readings. I am planning or intending on this just being a 20 or 30 minute reading, just a few messages to kind of give us an energy update as twin flames, as beautiful beings of light and love who are on this journey of divine love. So the first thing I want to say, just as a quick kind of announcement or explanation, is if you've been following my recent readings, the last couple that I've posted, some of you have commented that the sound is a little bit different, or even that my energy is a little different. This is just because I am currently transitioning from one space to a different space, and I am almost fully transitioned into that new space, but that is why the sound has been a little bit off, a little different, and the same thing with my energy. I am spending a lot of energy trying to move into this new place, so bear with me as I know these readings might have been a little bit more, I don't want to say chaotic, but you know how it is when you're in the process of transitioning to a new place or doing something different, and you kind of begin to pick up this more chaotic energy. So I do my best to still channel very clear and specific messages, but I promise that within a week I will be fully settled in and the messages should be a lot clearer and the audio should be a lot better. But in the meantime, I do like to post these updates even in the midst of this chaos, this of course Mercury retrograde season, because I do know that many of you do really resonate with these readings. So if that is you and you do enjoy my content and my readings, please do subscribe to this channel and join our community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. I also do just want to pause and say a big thank you to each and every one of you beautiful souls who are already part of this community. I really do see and feel and sense each and every one of you. And I'm really grateful that you are here, not just listening, but literally co-creating these readings, manifesting this information along with me here on this channel. So I'm going to begin today, as I usually do, by shuffling the Energy Oracle cards deck. By the way, if you would like me to channel specific and clear messages for your situation, be sure to click the subscribe button and the like button, because by taking these two actions, by liking and subscribing, you are actually sending your energy to me across all time, space, and distance, because of course energy does not acknowledge time or space. So I'm actually able to better pick up on your energy and channel more messages for you and your situation specifically. Also, feel free to set your own intentions for this reading, either within your own mind, or you can even speak them out loud if you would prefer. Okay, so the first card we have here, which by the way, this card immediately just flipped itself over, so I know that I meant to read into this card first. This is the 6th chakra card in the upright position. I have seen so much of this card in my recent readings. This is the card, of course, connected to our third eye, to our intuition. And lately, I have been picking up so many messages that we, both individually and collectively, are really opening our intuition in a new way. Really, I want to say going into a deeper layer or level of spiritual awakening or spiritual awareness. I do just want to see if we can get a little more specific with that. So I'm asking for clarification here. What is this 6th chakra card in the upright position? how are we as a collective or someone listening to this video coming into a deeper level of awareness spiritually or opening our intuition in a new way? Rest and rejuvenation in the reverse. Okay, so I instantly heard the word restless, like someone has been feeling very restless, maybe literally even sleepless, having trouble sleeping. I want to know more about this restlessness. What is this restlessness connected to? The garden in the gates in the upright position. Okay, I'm feeling guided to the guidebook, so I am going to read a little bit about this card. Abundant prosperity, staying safe. The choice to stay in the seeming security of this lovely garden may actually be motivated by habit or a fear of the unknown. Okay, so by the way, I just felt some pressure on my forehead, kind of in the area of my third eye. So if you've been having any kind of pressure in the forehead or tension headaches or anything like that, this could actually be connected to your third eye clearing and opening in a new way. But just as I was reading that, it's interesting because what I heard is actually a restlessness when it comes to life purpose or life path, something either spiritually related or career related or life path related. There's something here where it's like someone has maybe for a long time had this awareness that they were meant to do something greater, or that they were meant to go on this different path, but now it's as though they are being pushed out of that sense of security, pushed onto that path. And this is causing a feeling of restlessness, but I'm also sensing for some listening, and again, I don't feel this will be for everyone, but I feel that for some, this is actually manifesting as anxiety, feeling like I'm being pushed into something that I am not ready for. And I just felt this kind of weird sensation, like a tingling in my solar plexus chakra, which is kind of the upper stomach area, which tells me that the reason someone might be feeling this way is actually because they might be feeling as though they lack the confidence to move forward in this way. Like I feel someone is really coming up against their own feelings of self-doubt or low self-esteem or low self-confidence. They're really being pushed out of that limiting belief, lack of belief in themselves. They're being like, I just hear like forced to push themselves, forced to believe in themselves, forced down this path, which is actually their divine path, which is actually a path more aligned with their soul, with their intuition. But I just keep getting this feeling like this is happening before someone actually feels ready for it. And let's see if we can get any more messages about this. So what else can we know about this 6th chakra card in the upright position? How is someone using their intuition? How is someone opening their intuition in a new way? Is someone going through some kind of spiritual awakening or something along those lines? What else can I share with either a specific individual or with the collective about this 6th chakra card? Blossoming abundance in the reverse position. By the way, I've had the number 30 card and now also the number 3 card, and I've been seeing a lot of the number 333. So if you've been seeing this number, know that this is not a coincidence. I do feel guided once again to read from the guidebook a little bit about this. So this card reversed reveals a potential decrease in money, with the coins falling from the garden and out of sight. You may feel as though cash is slipping through your fingers like water. I do feel that for someone listening to this reading, or maybe a few people, there is potentially some restlessness or anxiety here related specifically to finances or money, and I am sensing that this message specifically may not be for everyone, but for those of you who this connects with, I do just want to clarify here. What is this situation of financial anxiety or money anxiety? Appreciation in the upright position. So for some reason I instantly heard divine feminine. So it might be the divine feminine who is feeling this in earnest, this feeling of either financial lack or money anxiety, something along those lines. I'm going to see if I can get any more clarification on that. What are these feelings of financial lack or money anxiety? What is the divine feminine feeling when it comes to money? For some reason I heard like someone feels they aren't being appreciated for their gifts, or they feel as though this new career path they're taking or this new life path they're considering would utilize more of their gifts and talents. But for some reason it's like they're unsure whether or not it's sustainable financially speaking. I just keep hearing like appreciated but for the wrong things. I don't know why. Let me know if that connects with you. It's kind of a weird message. Who is this divine feminine who is connecting with this appreciation card? What do we need to know from this appreciation card? Okay, so the two cards that came out were the fourth chakra card in reverse, which is of course the heart chakra, as well as man holding a heart in the reverse position. Wow, guys, these two cards are really connected in my mind because they both have to do with the heart. One of these is more intrinsic, so fourth chakra in the reverse, this really usually indicates some kind of either heart chakra opening, a heart chakra in the process of opening, or one that has been blocked off for some reason. For some reason I just heard there's a divine feminine who has been blocked in the heart center, and intuitively I feel that this has to do with feeling, I keep hearing like not worthy of love from the divine masculine. There's some kind of disconnection from her own worthiness here, but I am kind of getting a past energy from this. I feel like this is actually something she's moving out of, maybe even why she's had these restless feelings, this sudden kind of expansion, this opening of her own intuition. I'm gonna see if I can get any clarification from the romance angels. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. For some reason, I'm getting this feeling of hyper independence, like someone who is not independent just in like a powerful way, but kind of independent out of fear of needing to rely on others and then not being able to. And it's funny, right as I was opening up this next deck, the Starry Beginnings deck, the card that flew out is Shine Love on Fear. But in this case, I feel like this is actually self-love, and the fear I'm referring to is also a self-fear, an internal fear of, I keep hearing the word abandonment, fear of emotional or physical abandonment, fear of not being enough, fear of not being worthy. These are the things coming up, causing this feeling of restlessness that this divine feminine is being pushed to release. And there's something about this support. I feel like the person I'm connecting with isn't someone who easily opens up to others or allows others to be supported. The energy I'm connecting with is probably the type of person who never likes when other people pay for things. They like to always pay their own way, to take care of their own stuff. But it's almost like part of this actually comes from this heart chakra block, from this inability to fully let love and support in from others. And this has actually closed her off from her divine masculine for some time in some way. And I feel like this is almost unconscious, something she might not even be fully aware of. It's almost like this just took her out of her divine feminine power, her natural magnetism, because the divine feminine is naturally extremely magnetic for anything she desires. Which, if this does connect with you, I usually say this at the beginning, but I always recommend specific subliminal meditations because subliminals are a really powerful sound therapy tool that you can use to immerse your subconscious mind in new positive programming that will then allow you to more quickly and effectively raise your vibration and attract whatever it is you desire to change or shift in your life or within your twin flame connection. So I've created over 100 subliminals on my website, soundandsoulful.com. And any subliminals I recommend will be linked in the pinned comment and description box under this video. You can also try out any subliminal free for 7 days when you create a free trial account on my site. But the subliminal I'd recommend for this person, specifically I do feel it's a divine feminine I've been speaking to, is my Awakened Divine Feminine Subliminal. This is a really deep mind programming tool I've created specifically with the divine feminine in mind to assist you in releasing any love blocks or any blockages to fully stepping into your divine feminine power, allowing you to really exude that natural magnetism that not only allows you to attract and deepen your connection with your twin flame, both energetically and in the physical, but will also assist you in manifesting your desires in other areas of your life as well. So the link to that will be in the pinned comment and description box. Wow, my eyes keep being drawn to this card, Shine Love on Fear. Some of you listening might even find it beneficial to adopt that as kind of a mantra, just to repeat to yourself whenever you're in a space of fear. Repeat to yourself, shine love on fear. Love will light up the darkness. That's what the card says. So synchronistic, since I was just talking about fear and then that card came out. I'm just seeing if I can get any additional clarification on why someone, specifically a divine feminine energy, might be feeling unappreciated or underappreciated. I want to know really why this appreciation card came up. I keep seeing a child, so this might actually be connected to some kind of childhood wound, like an inner child wound, but I don't have specifics on that yet. You know, the cards have really gone quiet, and now I just kind of heard a voice say, move on to the masculine, because apparently the masculine energy has something to say here. As usual, I don't do this on purpose, but very often the feminine energy comes first through, or I should say comes through first in these readings, and then the masculine follows after. I think this kind of connects to the fact that usually the feminine is the one who both awakens first, again, not always, and is usually also more vocal throughout this connection. That's, again, just an overgeneralization. It's not always true, but I find that that's very often the case. So the first card that came out is the Garden and the Gate, which actually also came out for the feminine energy. But I heard, I feel locked out of your garden. I feel like there is a masculine feeling as though he's on the outside of the feminine's life or her situation right now. And then the contract card came up in the reverse position, which is such a synchronicity, because that actually, I think, also came out in my last reading. And I just heard, I'm fulfilling a contract. I strongly feel, and this won't be for everyone, but I feel this could be a karmic contract. Either a platonic contract, like with a family member, a karmic family member who... But then I'm also feeling like this could be romantic as well. In fact, I feel for many of you it will be romantic, but for others it could be family. It might be kind of split half and half for whoever this is connecting with. For some reason I felt this kind of feeling of sadness, almost to the point of desperation, but also this feeling of, I have to do this. Like, I have to fulfill this contract. I have to finish. I just heard I have to finish what I started. I don't really know if that connects to anyone. I'm going to see if I can get more clarification on this contract being fulfilled. So, what is this contract in reverse? Okay, so the two cards that came up is all tied up, and I instantly heard I'm tied up with other engagements. I don't know if that connects, but it could be engagement as literally a romantic commitment to a karmic partner, but this could also just mean like busy, like I'm tied up, like I'm busy, I'm distracted with something else. Distracted, but I feel this person actually doesn't want to be tied up with this thing. They don't want to be distracted by this thing. And the second card, of course, that came out is patience. And I feel like this is this person, this potentially masculine's higher self saying, be patient with me because I'm tied up in this thing. I almost heard trapped, like it feels like very desperate in some way, and yet this person feels like they need to do this for some reason. It's kind of a strange energy coming through, because then on the other side, they're almost pleading with the feminine to be patient through this. I'm going to see if I can get more information on this all tied up. Why is this masculine all tied up? What are they tied up with? In what way are they tied up? Goddess of the Moon in the upright position. For some reason, I just heard you make me tongue-tied. I really tie this card to the feminine and her power. I feel like the masculine is seeing changes, or at least energetically sensing this shift, this change in the feminine. And I just heard admiring from afar or from the outside. I feel like he is watching this happen, but feels kind of like an outsider, feels tied up with these other commitments or arrangements or situations or distractions or something along those lines. Again, just take it however it resonates, if it resonates. But then he's like pleading with her to be patient. I want to see if I can get anything else from these cards. So what is this Goddess of the Moon card in the upright position? How does this apply? Healer of the Ages in the reverse. For some reason I heard someone say, like, I'm hurting. I almost heard, like, I feel this masculine I'm connecting with finds the feminine incredibly healing. Like, there's something, I heard voice and touch, like something about her voice, something about potentially her touch. Even I heard like the smallest touches, even just like holding hands, brushing hands, something like that. There's something he finds very healing about her presence in his life. And yet I feel that he feels as though this is out of reach. It's like he's unable to access this healing that the feminine provides him because of these other things he's potentially tied up in. Can I get any more clarification or any more messages just in general from this masculine energy? Okay, so 3 cards just kind of flew out there. First card is hostilities, and for some reason I know things haven't been right between us, or I know that there's been this conflict between us. I don't feel this will connect with everyone, but I do feel that in some people's situation, there has been some kind of, I just heard like a chill in the air, or tension, or some kind of external hostility, like in the physical. I'm not really sure why. Maybe I'll get more clarification on that in a second. But the next card I got is Storm Warning in the reverse. And I instantly heard we're coming out of the storm. And I heard this kind of coming from a higher self level. Like, I just see 2 people actually holding on to each other through a storm, which is kind of interesting because I feel there's this real contrast between what these 2 people are experiencing, like in the 3D physical world. I feel like there could have been some kind of conflict, some kind of argument, some kind of tension. However, on a higher self level, it's like these people are so connected, so tied together in love. There's this very strong love bond between them that it's like on an energetic level, they're literally holding on to each other through this storm, even though the storm kind of appears to be them. Also, like that other level of them, their human self, their ego selves, potentially fighting or arguing or causing this tension. And I just keep hearing this male voice say, keep holding on to me, let's keep holding on to each other through this. And kind of getting the energy from the situation, it's like you are the one who is breaking my heart, but you're also the only one who can heal me. That's the kind of feeling or message I'm getting from this. I know this is really difficult to kind of put to words. It's always hard to find the words to describe these energies that I sense, but I really do hope that connected with someone who needs to hear it. The next card is walking away in the reverse, and I just heard a very firm voice say, don't walk away, like please don't walk away, but also I'm afraid of you walking away. And I feel like this could be the masculine speaking to the feminine, but it's kind of strange here because I feel that he could be the one that's tied up in some other kind of commitment or soul contract or a karmic situation, and yet he is also the one who is hurting, who is saying on some higher self level, again I feel this is unspoken for the most part, but saying on some level, don't walk away, like I don't want you to walk away. I'm just gonna see if I can get anything else from these cards. Okay, so the next card that came out is financial constraints, and I was kind of asking why he is afraid that the feminine would walk away. And it's interesting that this card is coming out because it kind of leads me to believe that I just heard dire straits. Like I feel like there could be a masculine who feels like either this masculine is not great at managing money, or he feels like money is tight, or there's not enough of it coming in, or there's something connected to finances where he's afraid of losing or pushing away the feminine because of something related to money or a financial situation. I know that'll be different depending on your situation specifically, but the next card is 5th chakra card in the reverse. So this really indicates, because this is the throat chakra, so of course connecting to our communication, I feel like these are things, the things we're speaking of now, are things that he might not actually be open about or be openly communicating. And I instantly heard, because I'm afraid, it's like he's afraid of losing the feminine, but he's also afraid of communicating these things for fear of her leaving. So I feel like he's presenting this kind of silent exterior, and yet the feminine is picking up on these issues beneath the surface, and her intuition, I just heard alarm bells ringing. It's like her intuition is like an alarm going off, and she's aware beneath the surface of what he's dealing with, but he's not communicating with her. And so then she is, it's like he's manifesting his own fear here. She is, in some sense, being pushed away or being pushed to at least create some kind of separation physically or emotionally, because I just heard frustrated. It's like she's frustrated that he isn't communicating more about these things. I know that's kind of a very specific but kind of convoluted message, and again, only take what resonates with you. I don't feel that'll be for everyone. Wow guys, lots of more messages actually coming out than I expected, but I am now going to pull a few more cards from the Romance Angels and the Lovers Oracle. So let's see what we get here. Wow guys, once again, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. It's so funny, I shuffled that card back in and it came out a second time. That message is coming through really strongly. I hope that connects with someone. There's something about opening up to support, not being afraid to open yourself to getting the help or support you need. Hopefully I'll get more specifics on that for you within this reading. Getting any more messages from here, so I'm actually going to move on to the Lovers Oracle deck. So what other messages can I bring forth today? What does anyone listening to this reading need to know at this time? Acceptance is the key to inner peace, and I instantly heard the word surrender, which is really interesting because that word came up a lot in the last reading as well. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. For some reason, I heard this message coming specifically to the divine feminine, saying, your ego is trying to control these circumstances or even this person. And the key to, I just heard, moving through this storm is to know when to let go. But I'm not hearing let go as in give up, but let go as in surrender. Knowing when to simply move out of that action-oriented space and trust. I feel like there's more messages here, so I'm going to see if I get anything else. I know that was a little bit vague, but I do feel it's something someone needed to hear. For some reason, I heard summer of 2016. That's so specific, but I feel like that time frame might connect with someone listening. It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. Isn't that so synchronistic, guys? Because I was just saying, knowing when to let go, knowing when to surrender. And now this card is saying, step back, spend some time alone. I also heard spend some time in meditation. I feel I could be now speaking with someone who has been overly fixating on, I just heard, on the details of this path or on the details of this journey, wanting to fully understand every step and when they are going to reach their destination and how they're going to get there. And I just heard it's not for you to know. It's like someone trying to know things that they either can't know or aren't supposed to know right now, which I know sounds kind of strange, but I'm feeling like someone's really being guided into deeper levels of surrender and trust. So interestingly, the next card that came out is chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. And that word magnetic really stood out to me because I just heard this first of all, this confirmation. I feel someone's been doubting, like, this is so specific, but I feel an energy in this connection doubting whether the other truly is attracted to them on a very physical level or wants to be with them. And this card is confirming, saying like, yes, but also there's a deeper message in this card, something about the magnetism. There's this reminder here that this connection is highly, highly magnetic. And I'm feeling guided to remind you, if you have met your person, just to reflect on all of the circumstances that had to be overcome, even for just the two of you to meet. I just heard, like, how unlikely was it that you would have met? Like, I feel for many of you, you could have come from different places in the world, different social groups, different backgrounds, maybe even different ages. There was something, some kind of boundary that should have or could have kept you apart or even from meeting, and yet you were pulled together anyway. And you're just being reminded that just like you were drawn together across all time, space, and distance within that first meeting, you will continuously be pulled to one another regardless of the circumstances. I just feel like that message needed to come through to someone. By the way, as I'm speaking about magnetism between the twin flames, this is the most magnetic soul connection because this is our mirror souls. So they share an identical soul core frequency. And I know this sounds confusing to some people because when we talk about this magnetism, we then wonder, well, why are twin flames so often in separation? Why do they spend so much time physically apart? And the reason is because although this natural magnetism exists between us, we are subconsciously programmed in very unnatural ways by a broken society that teaches us a very conditional love as opposed to an unconditional love. And it's that unconditional love flowing through us, radiating outside of us, and of course within us towards ourselves, that allows us to magnetically be drawn together with our twin flame in the physical. So I have created a 7-chakra twin flame clearing subliminal designed to really return you to that higher activation of unconditional love, to clear out any blockages you might have to unconditional love, and to really allow you to exude that natural magnetism that draws you closer to your twin flame in the physical. So the link to that will be in the description box and the pinned comment. I'm not getting any more cards from the Romance Angels, so I am just going to see if I can get, I think there's one more card from the Lover's Oracle deck. So let's see if there's just one more card for us in here. Just one more message from this deck. By the way, I keep looking at my recording time, and I swear every time I look, it says 222. I've recorded this in a few different segments, so just to clarify, I've started over a few times, and I feel every time I look up, it is 222. So this is really a sign of alignment, a real confirmation of the divine love that we're connecting with here. And I feel I wanted to share that because I also think some of you have most likely been seeing this number a lot lately as well. So I asked for just one message, but two cards fell out. Oh my gosh, guys. So the first card that fell out was the Twin Flame card. It's been a while since this card has even come out from this deck, but this card says Twin Flames, your passion ignites. And I knew this card was going to come out because I sensed that someone, because of all these circumstances we've described, again, potentially whatever here you were connecting with, I feel for many there's a masculine who's all tied up in some other kind of previous obligation or with a karmic contract or something, potentially even with financial constraints, something he's not communicating about. Feminine potentially getting frustrated, stepping into her power, but coping with these fears of abandonment, fears of not being enough. And within all that, there's this metaphorical storm, this storm of emotions and confusion and potentially doubt that these two souls are on a higher level holding on to each other during this storm. They're embracing one another, which is so synchronistic. I just said that because the other card is embrace. Through each other you find the missing pieces. So I hear this Twin Flame card coming out as a confirmation that I just keep hearing yes, but ... It's like, yes, this person is your true twin. Yes, this is an authentic twin flame connection, but you are in the thick of a major upheaval that feels very much like a storm right now. And it's very important that you remember that, yes, all of these things, emotions arising, intensity, potentially doubt, whatever you are dealing with is happening in the physical. But this is not all there is. There's also this higher level, this spiritual level, this energetic level, this fifth dimension, however you want to refer to it. And in that space, you are embracing one another through this entire thing. You are holding on to one another through this earth experience. And I just strongly feel, I may have done this whole reading just to get to that one message that I truly feel someone came here needing to hear. So if that was you who needed that message, I hope it reached you. And I'm going to conclude this reading by just rolling the letter initial dice. As you guys know who watch my readings, sometimes these letters spell words, and other times they could be the first, middle, or last initial of you or your person. E, C, K, Z, K again, so this person could have double letters in their name. E, K, H, N, I, F, Y, K, G, O, A, S, F, J, G, K, I, Z, Q, T, O. So I hope some of those letters connected with some of you. And the very last thing I'm going to do is actually see if there's a card or two in the Angel Answers deck for us today. So I just felt kind of drawn to this deck. I never conclude a reading with a card from here, but I just feel that there is something in here for us today. So what is one final note or message I can bring through in this reading today? Oh my gosh, guys, one message: let go. Surrender. I mean, of course, this card just says let go, and I added in surrender because that's been such a theme in this reading and in my last reading. And I just see someone who is clutching so tight to something. I don't know what it is. It could differ depending on your situation. I feel like it could be some kind of outcome, some kind of label, something that this person has desperately wanted or planned for, but this wanting and this planning has actually come from a space of ego, of trying to control, even if this person isn't fully aware of this. And all of these lessons that have been coming to the surface, all of this upheaval that's been happening, has actually been happening for the purpose, okay, this is going to sound strange, but it's almost been happening for the purpose of overwhelming your ego, so it has no choice but to release control, to relinquish control, to truly surrender. So guys, I really hope that some of these messages, or whichever message was meant for you, reached you today, resonated with you. And if you did find a message here that connected with you, I really hope you'll leave me a comment and let me know what it was, or share something with me about your journey or the path that you're on. I always really love reading the comments from all of you beautiful souls out there listening. Also, please do subscribe to this channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. Thank you so much again for joining me here today. I hope you have a beautiful, magical rest of your day. The subliminal meditations I recommended in this reading, which I believe were the Awakened Divine Feminine and the Twin Flame 7-Chakra Clearing, are both linked below this video in the pinned comment and description box. Click on either of those links and you'll be taken to a page that will let you explore more about all of the energetic benefits I have infused into that particular meditation. Thank you so much again, and I will talk to you again in the next reading.